Hey there, I'm Michael Mann. I'm the general manager at Chick-fil-A Barnett Shoals here in Athens, Georgia. I work for Shane Todd. He's a multi-unit operator, which means he owns more than one restaurant. He actually has 3 restaurants here in Athens, and he's been owner-operator for more than 20 years, owns a food truck, and continues just to grow our business. Been doing this for 10 years exactly. So just continue to carry on the Chick-fil-A tradition. And I'm here today with Michael Watson.
Hi, my name is Michael Watson. I am a third-year law student at Georgia State University College of Law in Atlanta, and I'm also an intern with the Clayton County District Attorney's Office down on the south side of Atlanta.
I'd love for you to share 1 or 2 things you've been learning recently, new experiences maybe in your job or just in your life.
Working in a district attorney's office, there's so many different backgrounds that even just the attorneys that I work with come from. And so to be able to sort of be on somewhat equal footing with just everybody from all these different backgrounds has been a learning experience for me. And then also time management and specifically work-life balance.
Walk me through, if you will, why did you originally decide to come work at Chick-fil-A?
Went to school at UGA. I majored in political science. It wasn't a degree that I could just walk into an office and get a job with. Spent summer after I graduated getting just consistently rejected from job after job. I was trying not to move out of Athens if I could. There was a job posting of just always hiring at Chick-fil-A, and I said, I know how to do food service. I knew all the great things that people say about working at Chick-fil-A. And then as it happened, just absolutely fell in love with the people I worked with every day.
Continuing sort of the conversation around Chick-fil-A specifically, I'd love for you to share 2 or maybe 3 things that you learned at Chick-fil-A.
The first thing is just taking a positive outlook to everything that we do. It's easier to get into that positive mindset when, my boss is here at Clayton County, when they say, hey, sorry, you're going to be, doing grand jury all day. And they say, sorry, it's not the most exciting thing. And I'm like, I'm still doing stuff. I'm going to go after it with as much zeal as I can. A second thing is just interacting with people of all walks, all backgrounds. That empathy that I've been able to gain just from interacting with so many different kinds of people is something I really love.
Tend to think earlier on in our lives and especially our careers just about ourselves, right? And what am I good at? What will I enjoy? How can I start working my way up the ladder? How can I get that job or career I want? But, it's funny, and a lot of our conversation even up until this point has continued to come back to how are you affecting and impacting other people? And then how are they affecting and impacting you, right? Things are generally neither good nor bad. It's up to your outlook and your perception of those things, right? What sort of insights or advice or perspective, might you have with your experience up until this point?
The day is going to happen whether you get up for it or not. At the end of every day, you can look back and say, I accomplished something today. One thing I would say is frame it in whatever way makes it a positive impact for you. If you can look back at the end of the day that you had and say, but I did all those things, then that's, frame that accomplishment and say, I did those things. I did those things and I did them well. Every day, regardless of whether it's going to be, bean counting or slaying the dragon, you have an opportunity to impact somebody. And if you can go through your day and say, I impacted somebody in a positive way, then I think each day can be a success.
Every person wants to make the world better, wants to have impact, wants to help other people. I believe that. But if we get self-focused or we focus on, just sort of getting by or skirting along, doing the least amount possible, keeping that light switch turned off, then of course that is not only to our detriment, but worse than that, to the detriment of the people around us who need us. They need, our positivity and our investment and our impact. I'd love to hear any final thoughts that you might have around Chick-fil-A, around, your current or future career, just around life in general or best practices, anything else in terms of final thoughts.
What really always was a great part of working at Chick-fil-A is that the leadership that I was around, that I was underneath, that I was serving alongside, there was never a a moment where anybody was too good for doing anything, whether it was you yourself sweeping the floor, whether it was Shane Todd coming in the back and working the fryer, because that's what needed to be done. There's everybody coming together to do the work. There's nothing that is beneath anybody in the organization. And I think when you work in an organization like that, where that's sort of a guiding principle, then you're able to go through the mundane things all the more easily.
Again, as we know, great leaders do what they do through serving. Thank you, man. I really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. I appreciate being here.